Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Saturday night session where I'm coming back on to finish the free readings. Yes, I got to one free reading, and I forgot who it was for. Oh my gosh. But I did complete the first free reading, and I'm coming back on to finish out the rest. And so you'll notice there's no chat in this session because I'm not taking any new reading requests. I'm just finishing out all the free readings from the previous session. And after I'm done, I will post a comment listing the order in which they are completed. So we will do that. But I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And then I won't be back for free readings until next Friday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time after that. So let's shuffle these up and let's get into it. So the Doll Face Diva was number 2. So you are up first for these, and you wanted a general for next week. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know for next week? All right, we're going to give these a shuffle for all readings. Come on. And one shuffle here. And this is for all readings for the session. All right, here we go. So we're going to do one card readings. We got Messenger of Fire. Wow, so you got the Knight of Wands, the fastest moving knight out of them all. So you got a lot of movement, a lot of fast movement, a lot of things. It's like next week just kind of like flies by. And there is this, all knights are on a quest, and this knight is on a quest for the Ace of Wands, which is the power. So next week really feels like there's a lot of opportunities that teach you about I choose my power. Whatever I focus on, I draw to me energetically. So if I'm focusing on higher vibration, gratitude, joy, laughter, I draw more of that in. If I'm focusing on things I hate, things I fear, things I'm missing, things I'm wanting, I expand that energy instead of draw that. So I feel like it's next week is kind of like this heightened. I want to say like the planets are in alignment for your manifestation, where you draw in things fast, which is good. And if you draw something in lower vibrational, the more you change your energy quickly, it draws in the opposite. So you can make course corrections in energy too. Remember, there's no right or wrong when it comes to choices in this life, even though our humans teach us, oh, there's all sorts of judgments and right or wrong. Spirit is like, no, there's just different choices with different outcomes. And so being aware of that, you can choose differently when you want to. So I feel like it's a great week for that. And I feel like it lasts all week, this quick manifestation of things. So be aware. Not beware, just be aware. All right. All right. So that's what they have for you, Dollface Diva. Many blessings to you. And then Mika Khan, you are up next. You wanted to know, do you have a destined spouse too? I don't feel like you have with the 7 of water, the 7 of cups, I feel like there's the choice of different emotional experiences that you have, which is telling me that you don't have like a fated spouse, like it has to happen. It's an option though. So you don't have like this, oh, no matter what, you're going to end up with this person and you're going to have to, be in this relationship because you wanted to experience it. No, it's all optional in this lifetime. We have lifetimes like that. In fact, a lot of our lifetimes, we like the possibilities instead of you know, it's like you have a vacation that you plan and you get the car, the, hotel and the airline, and everything else is like, when we get there, we'll decide what I want, instead of like, okay, so I've got all these packages. So Monday we get there, we're gonna have this and this, and then Tuesday we have this and this, and Wednesday we have this and this and this, and Thursday get back from the vacation, you're like, God, I need another vacation, right? Because your life was so full of stuff. This lifetime is so open and optional. So your power of choice is great for you here. So you don't have a destined spouse, but you have a wide variety of choices, of possibilities that you can choose from, if you so want to experience that. So I like that. So that's what they have for you, Mika. So many blessings to you. And then Patricia, you like some guidance for being extra sensitive to energy and food at this time, physically struggling. I hear you. So let's take a look here. Of course, I'm no medical professional. Disclaimer in the description box. Tarot's designed for, of course, entertainment purposes only. Ultimately, everybody makes their own decisions, but I'm not a licensed medical professional. You have the Nine of Fire, Nine of Wands. So this is about barriers and hitting your head up against something that you've been trying to overcome. And when we're looking at this kind of energy, there is this, when you get to the core of whenever you feel like there's this forest field that's keeping things away or keeping us from moving beyond things, usually has to do with our inner child that's below the surface that has these you know old beliefs that they learned when they were a young child. And so it's important to be able to go in and look at that. I actually have this inner child oracle staring at me over here. So they do want you to have a card from here. So let me pull that here and it'll give us some more details here. All right, that one right there. All right. Let's see what this is about here. Oh, okay. So you have here this beautiful card. I'll let you see that. Oops, there it goes. And it's card number 2, accept what is. The act of acceptance will bring peace. So instead of this is wrong and there's a lot of things that we feel we have to do and obey and it can bring a lot of stress. Let's see what it says here. It says acceptance of what is without the veil of judgment can help us find peace in the uncertainties of this life. If this card's come to you, it might be time to practice acceptance regarding a certain aspect of your life, either for your inner child or for something that is occurring in your present moments. For both, the practice of acceptance will be the same. The acceptance exercise it mentions, it says, try to observe a painful or undesired aspect of your life without judgment. Non judgment is the practice of suspending all beliefs and criticisms about how you or others should act, behave, or exist in the world. If judgmental thoughts or words encroach on your practice, allow them to gently fade away as you hold on to a mindset of non judgment. Once you reach a place of acceptance regarding what is or what has happened, practice sending love to yourself in this space. Even if it feels a little forced, tell yourself and your inner child that you love yourself where you are and as you are. And then tell yourself that nothing has to change for you to be worthy of your love for yourself. And responsive journaling prompts that you can ask yourself if you'd like to journal about this or at least contemplate it. Is there anything that you believe you or another deserve judgment for? And if so, how might this belief be hindering you at this moment? So, some good awareness around this because, one of the things when we're, if we have food and energy and if we have like I'm not supposed to feel this way, I'm not supposed to have this pain, I'm not supposed to be this sensitive, we're judging ourselves and we're keeping ourselves in a lower vibrational energy, which draws lower vibrational things in. But when we release and we just accept what is in this moment and going, all right, this is not happening to me, this is happening for me, this is allowing me to move past these barriers because we build up this own resistance with all of these judgments we have on ourselves. But when we're just like, you know what, we just flow through it, then we flow through the barrier instead of resisting, going, no, I'm not supposed to be feeling this. And then we get dragged through it and it takes longer and it's more painful. But when we just allow ourselves to sit in that self love, like it talked about, it does transform things. So I love that for you. That's what they have for you, Patricia. So many blessings to you. All right. And then FinFin, if you buy another 2 LAPT from the same place, one, will it work? Oh, okay. Will it work well? Let's see here. Yeah, you got the four of swords here, which is peace of mind. So you can put your mind at rest. It's mental stability, which would tell me that yeah, it does work well. There's no headaches. It feels like your mind is at ease. Things go very well. So it feels very positive there for you, FinFin. Easy breezy, short and easy. That's what they have. Mini Heal, you're up after that. So, general career reading for 2024. All right. Now you got the temptation, you have the devil card, the shadow card, the shaker, the rattler, the roller of life. And I feel like that you're having a lot of, for this 2024, your career ideas, this mindset, you're being shown what of your career aspirations are this up here, and that you've been having these opinions and thoughts and been given to you when really your career is from here, not from here. And so I feel like you are having a lot of maybe like struggles as far as like what is it called when you put things off, you know? It's like you're I can't think of the word right now. What is it? It's not constipation. Maybe that does too, but it feels like you're stuck, like you're not flowing, and you put things off, and you're like, well, you just don't have energy towards it because it's not your dream, it's not your career, it's someone else's, and so you don't have that procrastination. Thank you, Spirit. You guys are probably all yelling, procrastination medicine. I picked it up. Thank you for sending it to me. Um, so it is this alteration this year of you getting clarity around what your true career is, not the one that you thought you were supposed to have. So I like that for you. That's what's coming through, Mini Heal. So many blessings to you. And then Latoya, you are up. You wanted to know, is your third eye open? Let's take a look here. You've got the Ace of Earth, new opportunities opening up here for you. So this is an opening. I feel like your third eye is open, but I feel you have opportunities that you're expanding it, expanding it, and expanding it. A lot of our life is about it's like Rumi says, we don't have to find love, we just find the obstacles between us and love. And I feel like this is the energy that's coming in here of it's not that our third eye is closed. We just find out what's standing between us and being able to see. So it's like our third eye is open. But if this is, it's like, when is the, in a door, the little peephole, is the peephole open? Always. But if someone's sticking their hand in front of it, that's what you see. So you're learning to remove more and more obstacles that are standing between you and seeing with that. So it definitely is open. You're just removing obstacles. I like that. All right. That's what they have for you, Latoya. So many blessings to you. Gotta love spirit. They got a great sense of humor. All right. And then Happy Pill, you are up next. So messages from the light beings. All right. I like this. You have the Four of Earth, the Four of Pentacles, and they're telling you here that the outside world won't make you feel full and whole. That when we define ourselves by the outside world, we feel unstable and our self worth feels unstable because the things of the outside world are unstable, right? People change, the three areas that we're told to define ourselves, which are the three pentacles, and then the fourth pentacle is the pentacle that usually the big one that they're holding is the inward and upward. But when the three pentacles of the outside world are relationships, situations, and things. But relationships, people change of all kinds. People change, people walk away, people pass away, unstable. Situations, jobs, education, whatever, always changing, unstable. Things, our bodies, our bank accounts, possessions, whatever, and that, things, they break down, they deteriorate, they blow up, they burn down, they're stolen. Unstable, unstable, unstable. I define myself by those. I am feel unstable. But when I look inward and upward, I'm like, there's the only stable thing in this realm, the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms, which is very stable. If you look at eternal, That's a pretty stable, that's forever. Unconditional, nothing you can do to lose it. No conditions, very stable. So there's this change that happens when we find our stability on the inside, then the outside world changes from a place of lack to a place of abundance and overflowing because we find our stability and our wholeness here. Then where there was lack and instability, then we have a solid foundation. Everything else is just above and beyond, and we have a stability that comes into our life. So I like this, it's like with the shaky, wakey, weebles wobble, of the outside world. It's a great awareness when we find that everything we need is within us, and that just brings a calmness, a stability to our world when we realize I got this anchor inside here. So that's what they have for you right now, Happy Pill. So many blessings to you. And then Julie, you are up. The rest of a June reading. All right. Well, you got the Four of Fire. So you have the Four of Wands. You got this energetic stability. You got this joy, this celebration, possibly some gatherings coming in here too. You know, could be like weddings, could be birthdays, it can be a variety of things. And there's this sense of joy that just feels, it's like your energy just feels kind of calm and stable, but happy and joyful at the same time. And I like this. It's like the next few weeks are just feels like just things are going well. Things just feel calm, but with brightness around it. And so I like that for you. It's a very solid type of energy for the rest of your June. That's what they have for you, Julie. So many blessings to you. And then Nelia Maderos, your free reading, and thank you for your donations earlier. Any message from your guardian angel? Let's take a look here. You got the Empress. So the Empress is all about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurture yourself, care for yourself. It's about connecting and opening your mind and your being to the upper levels to have this creativity that comes in with her. And the Empress is also this, she is right before the Emperor and the Hierophant, who are all about the rules of society and the rules of spirituality, organization. The Empress is running naked through the forest. She's like, I don't care about all your guys' rules. I am with Mother Nature. I'm free. I have no restriction. I have no things that are keeping me bound. It is about birthing and creativity and creating something too. And there is a lot of this um, energy of, the Empress rules over all the queens, which at the core, underneath all of the queens, they have cups energy, water energy. So it's 4 parts cups plus the Queen of Cups. So it's 5 parts cup, 5 parts water, emotion, 1 part swords, air, mind, 1 part earth, energy, grounding energy, and then 1 part fire. So there's a lot of emotion that they want you to be aware of, and that's below the surface, and you can let that be expressed. You can let that come up and help create creativity and move creativity into your life here. But I love all this. It's about, you know, being in control of your emotional life, and you are the ruler over all the queens, the ruler of all this love energy, and you can really guide it and allow it to flow in and to create something beautiful. And I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, Nelia. So many blessings to you. All right. Up next, we got Dave Sturgis coming up, and let me move some more of these free screenshot readings over here. Zoom, zoom, zoom. All right. So, Dave Sturgis, you wanted whatever comes out. Let's see what comes out. You got the King of Fire, which is a lot like the Emperor. It's entrepreneur, movement energy, natural leader energy, but it's also about taking control of your life and knowing that I'm the one that guides my energy. I'm the one that determines where it goes and how it unfolds, and making decisions and putting plan together and taking action towards this plan. So it's very much a go-getter and this energy that's coming up here. And it's like you kings and emperors and everyone get a lot of opinion from advisors and stuff, but ultimately this is about there's no wrong choice. It's your kingdom. You decide, and you're the rule of law for your own kingdom. You get to decide what you want to do and where you want to go. There's no wrong choice. And I just feel like there's this nudge to really own your life and realize you're behind the wheel. You're not a baby in the back of a baby, in a baby seat, and someone else is driving. You're the one driving. You get to decide. Creators with you, spiritual posses behind you. They're like, we're ready to go wherever you want to go. Let's go for a ride. It's usually it's like you're riding this bus and the creators next to you, and you have this whole bus full of puppies that are excited just to be going for a ride. They don't care where they're going. We're with you, and they're excited. There's no wrong choice. And I feel like this is important for you. It's a time for action and not fearing that there's a wrong action. So that's what's coming in. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And then Beza dash dot D, your free reading, is the relationship completely over? All right, let's take a look here. You know, you have the Emperor coming in here. Aries energy, new beginnings, you deciding. And I feel like there's a lot of energy behind here, like not waiting for someone else to decide, and that you can step into this energy of I'm deciding, like we're just talking about the King of Wands. It's um I don't care what anyone else thinks and everything else. It's like you get to decide, is it over or isn't it? And if you decide I don't want it to be over, then you go to the person and you go, I don't want this to be over. What can we do to make this work? And if they're like, there's nothing, I don't want this, then you're like, okay, then and then you decide and you're like, all right, well then it's over then. And I'm going to go in a different direction. I'm deciding moving this, but you're not at the whim of someone else's decisions for your life. A relationship does take two. So if you're like, you know what, I don't want it to be over, so I'm going to reach out and go, I don't want this to be over. What can we do? Counseling, whatever. What can we do to make this work? We need to learn to communicate. We need to open up. We need to find out what the things are, but I want it to work. And if you don't want it to work, then you end it, right? So I like this energy of you get to decide, you get to step into this place of power and move forward and do that. So I like that for you. So there you go. you get to you get to decide, like, I don't want it over, you do something about it. And if they want it over, then great. Then you move your energy and you decide where you're going to go next, right? But you don't have to wait around. You get to decide right now, do I want it or don't I? And if I don't, then boom. If I do, then boom, right? I like it. So that's what they have for you, Beza. Many blessings to you. And then Carmel Damon, you are up. So how and will you meet your love connection this year? Let's take a look here. We got the magician. So the how will you meet them this year is within your hands. Timing here with your magician. So will you is up to you, right? um I'll talk about how here in a sec, but the will you is dependent upon your energy, because if you're raising your love vibration and they're raising their love vibration, it draws you guys together and you meet this year. If you kind of just keep things the way they're going, or if they are, then you don't this year. It's like more like next year, because ranges of when is up to us and our energy. Lower vibrational energy slows things down. Higher vibrational speeds things up. So if we raise our love vibration, which we do by questioning our thoughts and beliefs that are limiting and pulling us down to lower vibration, our other choices, emotional choices, our energetic, our physical, if it's all lower vibration, it slows things down. But I can take a look at these things, release these, make my focus higher vibrational, then I'm doing my part. You can't do their part. You can only meet them halfway. But if you do that, then chances are you guys can meet earlier, because if they will be doing the same, right? How you meet is by living your passion. This magician is about living life, pursuing and doing things that you love. And when you pursue doing things you love and they're pursuing and doing things they love, you bump into each other doing the things you love, and you have this commonality. There's the spark that comes in. That's what this magician is about. not having your passion be finding love, which we sometimes what's your hobby? Trying to find a mate? Oh, okay, like, no, it's living and what do you love to do? Go do what you love to do. Live your passions, and then that's where you meet them. So, that's what they have for you, Carmel. I like it. So many blessings to you. And then JJJ, you are up. Will you be able to get a loan from 7-Eleven bank from the account if it's not from your mom's account? Let's take a look here. You have the 6 of air, the 6 of swords, which is movement. And when you change some mindsets and you let some fears go, there is movement here, which does bring um, you know, different way of looking at things. It does make movement. I feel like this is a yes, but there's some things that have to be let go, some things that have to change, some ways of thinking, some fears, some limiting beliefs have to be dropped for you to have this movement and to be able to go forward. So you may have to like let some of what you're wanting go in order for it to happen. And it can be some things like, well, you can have a higher interest rate, and you're like, no, I'll go through my mom's account, um, but so there might be some things that can happen, but you might have to let some of the things you want go because of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's coming in for you, JJJ. So many blessings to you. And then Ivy, you are up. So, are you making a good decision going to third shift? You like third shift, but you just want to make sure. I hear you. Let's take a look here. Yeah, trust your gut, trust your intuition. You have the high priestess here, thinking you'll be awake during the witching hour, right? Third shift takes you overnight. Is it past 3 a.m.? You'll be alive when the spirits are about. That's funny. But trust your gut and trust your instinct. And you're like, I do want to do this. And so I don't feel like there's a wrong choice for your shift. It's not going to impact your life in a huge way. So it's about personal choice. So I like that. But this is great. It's like, yeah, it is the witching hour. It's spirit is about. You might have a strong connection with spirit while you're working. But it feels very positive, so nothing to be concerned about there. All right, so that's what they have for you, Ivy. Many blessings. Let me just move some more over here. All right. Sorry, I think I just. All right. So, Lara, you are up next. So, can you tell you if Nucasio, I'm probably murdering that, my apologies. Will they send you messages again or look for you? All right, let's take a look here. We got the 5 of water, and the 5 of water is a movement of like more like transformation of emotion from something lower vibrational to higher vibrational. So I feel like they eventually will send you messages and do that. I just feel like they're kind of caught up in some lower vibrational emotional stuff that has kind of caused them to kind of step back. But this transformation of choice of emotion, I feel like they're whatever this funk that they are in, they're gonna snap out of it, and then I feel like they will message you again or look for you, but I feel like they're just kind of in this emotional downturn where they're just feeling down in the dumps and had some stuff happen where they just feel kind of low and like they're kind of just pouting and crying in their soup, kind of feel to it. But once they'll snap out of it. I feel like it's a change that will happen here, but it's going to be a little bit while they do that. So that's what's coming in for you, Laura. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Maria P, you are up for your free question. Oh my gosh, you know what? I probably totally missed that. I remember now. Um, that I saw it while it was happening, but when I was cutting and pasting, I probably just went, "Okay, yeah, we did yours," and didn't look and saw that you had a free one, so my apologies. So, what is your future boyfriend's, profession? Something totally unexpected. The 10 of swords is letting go of all expectations, and it's like they got tired of pleasing people, so they're doing something very unique and different, like something, and so it's not a standard profession. It's something that they've created on their own that they're doing that's so odd and so different than what you would ever think, that you're like, "Okay, that is very cool." It's very odd, very unique, very different, because they're being themselves and they're not doing something standard. So, it's just very, and it can even be like they're combining things together that you'd be like, "You're doing what? Okay, very interesting. Wow." It's like not normal, very odd. And that's what's coming through Maria. So, I like it because they're creating their own path and they're doing their own thing. They're not trying to fit in and they don't care. But they evidently are doing well with it, um, because, I feel like um, they're not letting people's opinion limit them and do all that. They're loving what they're doing. They're living their dream, and because they're living their dream, that energy is just allowing things to come in. So I like that. Right. So that's what they have there for you. So many blessings, Maria. Right. And then Latoya, did you already ask one? Well, if you did, you get a second one anyway. So you want to know, how does Jay the Aries feel about you? You're a Gemini. You have the Ace of Air, which is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is about, a different way of thinking, clarity of thinking. And it's more, you're a Gemini, you're used to thinking. I don't know, are they an air sign? Because I don't feel like they're feeling, I feel like they're thinking. Oh, you said Aries. I feel like they're more thinking than feeling. And I just feel like their thoughts about you, they're gaining clarity. Like they thought they knew who you were, and they had kind of had preconceived ideas, and they're not like bad ones. They just thought, and they're like, "Wow, um, there's more to you than I thought." And that sounds bad, but they're just like, well, they kind of think, well, everyone, all women are like this, but they're like, oh, you're not. You're very different. Like all the women that they've met before were a certain way, or at least that was their perception. But you've totally like, oh, you're in this box, and you're like, crush the box. You're like, oh, you don't fit in there. Wow. And so I feel like there's this clarity that's coming, and they're seeing you in a different light, in a much more positive light. Not that they saw you in I don't want it to come across like they're a thought low of you. They're like, no, they thought of you as like, oh yeah, you're like that. But you're like, well, no, wow, you're so much more than I ever thought. Wow. And so I feel like they might struggle with communication like I just was. Like I'm trying to give you a compliment, but the more I try to give you a compliment, the worse it sounds. That's funny. That sounds like them. But that's what's coming in for you, Latoya. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we got Madam Bird. Hello, Madam Bird. And you want to know, what do you see your future partner doing for work? All right. We got the Five of Fire, which is movement of, conflict. It's like conflict management. They help people move energy from low to high, and so it's like, I wonder if they're gonna be like a fireman or in that kind of thing, 'cause I feel like they put out fires, and is one of their main jobs. Like conflict management, kind of energy is what they do, and it can either be literally putting out fires, or it can be, this energy of where they help, um, conflict within companies, or resolutions, finding resolutions to things. They might even be like, oh, what is it when people hire you, consulting, consulting companies on reducing conflicts, and they might even be, what do they call those people who are called in to intermediate between two people? It's that kind of thing, where they might be in that type of field of company where they help, but it's all about resolving things, and they generate options, and they find a resolution for things. But it feels very, um, almost like an entrepreneur where they have a company that does these things, if they're not a fireman. Like, but I'd see them as like a fire chief instead of or leading, not so much that they do the firefighting themselves anymore, but I feel like they do help put out fires, if that's the kind of energy I'm feeling. So that's what they have for you, Madam Bird. So many blessings to you. And then Sean G, your free question. Thank you for your donations earlier. Guidance to create the most growth this month. All right. Yeah, 10 of fire, 10 of wands. It's a great guidance because the 10 of wands is being aware and kind of taking an inventory of where you're investing all of your energy. Because when we have like so many candles burning or so many cups to fill, all the cups can only get filled up a little bit, or if you have like 10 pieces, if they all move ahead one space. But there's when you realize that some of the things you're investing energy in are not important, even though they may be saying, I'm urgent, I'm urgent, I'm urgent, but you're not important. I don't need to invest energy in you. It's about whittling away the things that you're investing energy in. So instead of 10 things you're doing, you bring it down to two, and those two go up 5 spaces each. So you have this progression, you have this, and you figure out what's the most important things you prioritize, and unimportant things go on a separate list. Like if there's anything left over, I'll get to eventually. But important things is where you invest your energy. And if you whittle it down and are really discerning about what it is and true of what it is, then you're able to move forward and have the most growth. So you don't try to do too many things. You really go down to two maximum and then you invest your energy in those things. Then you see progression and movement. Otherwise, you find yourself stopping and starting and stopping and starting. You spend a lot of your energy restarting stuff. And I just feel like this is the advice they have. So hopefully that helps, Sean. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Right. Then Infinity, you are up. Does L know how much you care about him? Let's take a look here. Well, they're a fool. No. And there you go. No, they don't. I feel like you'd have to go up and grab them and kiss them, and they'd be like, "Oh, you like me?" Yes, It's funny, but really, this is the energy that's coming through. Because the full card is someone that's looking at the world of possibilities. And it's like a little kid in a candy store. They're just looking at life, and I feel like they're oblivious in a lot of things because they're just like, wow, and it was. I feel like there might be like kind of a happy person that um it's reminding me of my host here. She's like very happy, and she goes, I didn't even she doesn't realize when people are flirting with her, but also she doesn't realize that she's so generous and so happy and stuff. People think that she's flirting with them when she's not. And this is the kind of energy I'm feeling with him here. So he's just like, "What?" He doesn't realize it, but he doesn't realize what energy he puts forward to either. So that's funny. I just don't, I feel like they just, you know, they know you care about them, but I don't feel like they know how much you care about them, because it's just oblivious. And that's what they have for you, Infinity. So many blessings to you. Right, and then we're down to the final person for the free readings. We got Hot Sun. Hello. So hopefully I didn't miss anybody. If I did, my biggest apologies. I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So be sure to catch me then for any new readings. And I won't be back until Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time for free readings. So be sure to catch me tomorrow if you want to get one in there before then. All right. So, Hot Sun, you want to know what are Josh's energies towards you in the bottom of the deck? Well, we got the Eight of Fire, the Eight of Wands. So, wah, 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 a lot of passion and energetic. So they've got a energetic and physical attraction that's there. So they really have that there. In the bottom of the deck, we got the Messenger of Earth, which is the Knight of Pentacles, slow moving. So, even though they got all this passion and all this stuff, I don't know if they act on things fast, you know? I just feel like something holds them back, you know? It's like fear of rejection obviously is there, but I just feel like they're they don't know um, how you feel about them, I think, and kind of like us was talking about with Infinity. Maybe they're a little oblivious. It's like, how do they not know? And no offense to any men, any straight men, right? It's like, man, you know, it's like you got to show them. Not that they're stupid, but they're just like they're taught to not be mind readers and empathic people. They're taught different stuff, and so that part of them is not developed yet. So you got to remember they're not a mind reader. They don't pick up emotions like you do, so you got to kind of help them a little bit. All right. So that's what they have for you, Hot Sun. So many blessings to you. And thank you guys so much for your patience in getting to your readings. And I'm so grateful to have you guys here and for your thirst of searching after spirit, trusting me to connect and find out messages for you. So thank you guys again for all the thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And for all the donations earlier and all my YouTube channel members. Also, of course, anyone that purchases any of my services do offer personal readings and past life readings, relationship readings, life purpose readings. All that information is down in the description box, as well as some other services. So if you're interested, check it out. And that's it for this evening. So until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. Of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or your night, wherever you may be in the world. Until I see you again, so much love. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon.